the day because you can fill in some of the blanks we don't have. But let's just start with that. That's LeBron James saying, sometimes I wish I was a golfer, suggesting he has sleepless nights because not everyone has the same championship mentality. We're trying to decipher. Who do you think he's sending a message to by saying that?
Well, first he's sending a message to himself that I'm 37, I'm still an elite player. It was great to see him balling in the Drew League. A lot of times when pro players do that, they get a chance to play in front of an audience that can't necessarily afford Lakers season tickets. So that's a terrific atmosphere. I used to do that playing at St. Cecilia in Detroit, the Drew League. He got invited to play at Dyckman in New York City. So that was dope. But he's talking to himself first, that I can still do this regardless. The next thing he's doing is talking to the Lakers front office. He's basically telling them, and Woj, you can appreciate this, accept whatever Joe Harris money you got to accept to get the Kyrie deal done. That's basically what he's saying, because otherwise he won't win another championship in LA. At the end of last year, when the Lakers didn't make the playoffs and the Nets got swept, we didn't foresee a path of Kyrie Irving potentially playing with the Lakers. Now that toothpaste is out of the bottle, so to speak, if you're LeBron, out of the tube, so to speak, if you're LeBron James, you're trying to make this happen. So that's who he's talking to, Greeny.
All right, I like that. And so, Woj, let's dive. You told us earlier today the Lakers do not control this situation. They'd love, I'm sure, to figure out a way to make that deal, but they don't have control over the Kyrie situation.
Well, listen, it takes two teams, obviously, to make a trade. Brooklyn's focus is trying to figure out a deal for Kevin Durant first before they would, I think, really make a decision to move Kyrie Irving out of Brooklyn. Listen, there's a very good chance Kyrie Irving is back in Brooklyn, especially if Kevin Durant is. But I think Brooklyn, as I mentioned, Joe Harris, they're not looking to trade shooting. They still want to be good in Brooklyn. They're not going to go toward a rebuild. They're going to continue in whatever deal they do with KD. They want to have a good team. But I think for the Lakers, listen, you can't rule Kyrie Irving out, and I won't do that now. And I don't think either side has. But look at players like Buddy Hield in Indiana, Eric Gordon in Houston, both former Rob Pelinka clients as an agent. I think there are deals to be made, improvements to be made to this roster. May not be an all-NBA player like Kyrie Irving. I still think the Lakers will make moves before training camp.
So Jalen, I'm delighted to have you back here because I want to let's go back to the first thing Woj said. With every day that goes by, it feels likelier and likelier that at least when training camp begins, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving will still be Brooklyn Nets. What would that be? What would that look like, Jalen, and how would that work?
So you guys are in New York City doing an amazing job. Good morning. And you guys know the Nets and the Knicks won the same amount of playoff games this year. Mm-hmm. The Nets had KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. They were still back page in New York City. Let's not get this twisted. This is an opportunity for relevancy if you're the Nets. And if you have Kevin Durant signed for the next 4 seasons, unless somebody's talking to me about Giannis or Luka, you hearing the deals that Donovan Mitchell, did 6 first-round picks for Donovan Mitchell? If that's the case, then there is no deal for me as it relates to KD. I'm not moving him. That's the best compliment I can say. I would not move KD. Even if Kyrie got moved, even if Kyrie left at the end of this year, I would continue to have KD on my roster because he's under contract.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.